How does the how does the sound sound? Check. Okay, sounds good, I think. Always gotta make sure that that's okay. Let's just get a quick photo, better thumbnail in here, and we'll be off to the races, I think. So let's just do that real quick. Pretty dark, I don't want that. Actually, let's go the other way. What's the color yellow that I had? Yeah, it was kind of like this, right? 57, 148. 57, 148. Let's do that. Nice. And then building a social network. Sweet. Okay. And let's put like okay, I think that's good. Good enough, right? Live. Let's export this over here. Okay. And then we'll just edit this real quick. And I want to do cool. All right. I think we should be good now. I think that's kind of what I want. So yeah, cool. All right. Oh, it says live there. Okay. That's fine too. All right, sweet. So let's dig in here. I think I need to turn off this other stuff here. And then I want to clean up a little bit. So I don't want to do that right now. Recipe form, that's correct. Let's do npm run dev. All right. If I recall correctly, last time I was streaming, I was trying to get the markdown to work, and then eventually kind of figured, well, we don't need to do the markdown. Let's go and check on let's go and try like a WYSIWYG editor. And I think that's what I ended up kind of going with. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's actually first check and see where we are here. Are any of these... probably don't need all of these things here now. So let's also do some cleanup a little bit. Oh, also, I don't know if anyone remembers this, but last time I was having some issues with localhost for whatever reason. If I do this now, I think localhost got taken off of like the address, right? Because if I do that, this actually does work, which I think is kind of weird. So yeah, not totally sure like what happened there, but it happened. The other thing I was thinking about doing is taking away Preline and then only using Next.UI for like pre-built components, and then just like straight up Tailwind, like raw Tailwind, instead of using Preline, because I've had some issues with Preline in this project, as you can see, and in another project. And to be honest, I like Preline a lot, but this is just not acceptable. It's not really going to work. Like I don't want to, as a developer, be like redoing this, like having to reload to get this thing to work. And I can never tell people to actually have to go and like, I don't know, like go and reload to be able to click on this drop down, which should be working and is not. And I didn't mean to do that. I personally find that to be really annoying. So, but anyway, and it still doesn't work. There should be like a sign out button or something, right? That's really annoying. Can we, honestly, I kind of want to go and do that now. It's just so annoying. Yeah, let's go and do that. That's just kind of like one of those things that's going to be really annoying. We can leave this though, like what it is right now, and just kind of like, we can merge it in actually. Maybe. Yeah, we can merge it in because, well, whatever. We can come back to it. Let's just let's commit this. Oh, I forgot. Okay. Add. Servers. Recipes. Okay. Let's try that. Now let's commit this, and we can add our message of add. I don't actually remember what the editor was that we ended up using here. So what was it called? Oh, React Quill. Okay, add React Quill. It looked like it had active development from what I did the wrong thing. I meant push. It looked like this package had active development. I've used it in the past, and so why not? And let's also just, we can just merge it into, that's fine. Since this isn't really actively being used, it's kind of all in the beginning there, we can just do it. It's not really a problem, even though this really isn't the greatest like the flow, because it's not a done feature, but it's not really an issue. And then let's go over here. So this is deploying. Oh, so the preview is deploying, and then the whatever it's called, the production build will go afterwards. Something else, actually, while that's doing whatever it's doing, something else to bring up as well, which I've found to be a little interesting and kind of annoying, is I followed this here, this thing on how to get Next.js to work with with Firebase auth, and I swear this was working in the last live stream that we did, or one of the last ones. I'll have to go back and look just to make sure that I'm not crazy, but I could have sworn this was working the way that I wanted it to, and now all of a sudden it seems to not be working. I read somewhere that something about like some issue with like the service worker not doing what you're expecting it to do, and that's totally possible. I'll have to look into that one. I did find like an SO answer on that, but nevertheless, like I think it's pretty. I don't know. I would expect using like something like Firebase to like make this just kind of work, that, or at least like their documentation, that as I'm following it, it would just kind of work. But it seems to me that this is not the case, which is a bit annoying. So either way, we can come back to that. Pretty thirsty. Let's see how. Oh, these both failed. All right, let's see what we got here. Document is not defined. Okay. Somewhere in here, document is not defined. I don't actually use document though. All right. Let's see if I do npm run build. How does that look? Where does that fail exactly? Page. Well, that's not helpful. Let's see. Generating static pages, digest. I've gotten this before, I think. Let's see. Looks like it's a pre-render error, so let's take a look here then. While pre-rendering the page during next one, an error occurred. This can happen for various reasons. Incorrect file structure or non-page files in the pages directory. I don't have pages directory. Expecting props to be populated which are not available during pre-rendering. Is is document like, all right. Let's see. Okay. Is this server rendered? No, it's not. Is it this here? Was this the problem? Does that fix it? It does not. All right, so then we can toss in a use effect, and it looks like. So what if we do something like this? use effect. I have no idea if this is right. Like 0. Does that work? It does not. Okay. Hold that thought. This I did not expect. What I don't understand though is I am doing use client, and I thought the whole point of that was to make it so it was like basically just React, which now seems like that isn't the case exactly. So I'm not really sure. But in any case, what I think we can do is basically this. So we'll do like that. And then we'll have type of window does not equal undefined, and React quill. Then we'll do editor. And then we have this here. Okay. Does that work? Well, that's further than we got last time. Okay. Now let's also try running it. Let's see how that goes. Oh, so it was ready. I wasn't paying attention. That's my fault. Well, it doesn't actually give me that, so that is interesting. It's not. I'll tell you what, this is a problem for later because I want to work on that next UI thing right now, which is kind of being a pain in the butt. So let's do this. Let's also spell that correctly. All right, so let's next build issue with Quill. Okay. I might need to actually have a, yeah. Let's create a pull request. Let's go do that. Let's do this. Commit. Yep. Let's actually let this complete this time instead of just merging it in prematurely. This might fail, but that's okay. Let's go ahead and clean all this stuff up too. Oh, I remember. Okay. Rich text editors. We might want to keep that there then maybe. I'll keep this. Keep that. I don't need this. Hopefully we don't end up. Oh, this failed again? Oh, no. Okay, I knew that was going to fail. That's fine. That's totally cool. Okay. Authentication. Oh, maybe there was something else that I could do. All right, we can come back to that. This is what we had been using, and I want to get rid of this. So what we're going to do is we're just going to follow the framework guide, but sort of in the reverse order. I actually want to keep these, though. I like these icons. And then we're going to use that. React Markdown, no. React Markdown. Remarkable, no. No. Highlight.js, no. Okay, that's cleaned up a little bit. Let's go ahead and go back to the deployments here. Refresh. And, okay, good. That did work, that's great. Now I want to let's check out, I'll just call it Next.UI. And I don't remember if I had already installed it or not. Looks like I did not. Okay. So first things first, let's go and uninstall this. Alright, cool. And then here. Get rid of preline. Get rid of preline, okay. And then we will delete this preline thing here. And as well, we will delete it from, where was that? Here. Cool. All right, sweet. That should be what we want. Now we should be able to go and get Next.UI. And raising this here. I want to do it manually. I want this. I do not want the CLI. There's no reason for it. Wasted dependency setup. I don't. No, I don't use that. Okay. And then we'll go to our Tailwind. Bring this here. Make sure this is pointing to the root. We'll have to check. I think that's right, although I remember having to change this in the past, so we'll come back to that. Hopefully that's correct though. Dark mode class. Yeah, I guess we'll have a dark mode. That's cool. Cool. Set up a provider. This will be in. I don't think I already have a providers, do I? .tsx. Let's get this. And then we'll go over here. And we'll just wrap the whole body. Oh, inside. We'll wrap the inside part of the body in our providers. All right, cool. Let's see how that goes. And then in theory, that should be done, I think. Manual installation dependencies. Didn't I just do the manual? Oh, this is for the app. Okay, got it. I think we're here. Let's see how this goes. Some stuff might be broken. I would actually expect some things to be broken. Nothing is broken. I think whatever like the pre-line stuff was, that shouldn't be working. But let's go over to recipes, new, and then there's a button down here. Let's try that. I think that worked, right? Let's go and give it a variant faded just to make sure that that works. It did not. Probably because I have some styles on here. Now we should have what we expect. Bordered. Looks the same as the flat. All right, that's weird. I actually know for a fact that flat does not look like that, so I don't really know what the problem is. Ghost. Do I have like a border on here somewhere, or solid? Color primary. If I take this and now make that flat, that's what flat should look like. Okay. Cool. So we add step back to that. All right, sweet. We're now back to where we want it to be. That doesn't move anywhere, so let's go ahead, fix our header. And what I'm going to do now is use Next.UI, which is going to be much better than what we had, I think. We want some sort of menu like this kind of, right? Yeah, pretty much something like that. With border. No, I don't want the border. With drop down. Something along those lines. We're getting closer. Ah, this is what I want with avatar. Yeah. This is exactly what I want, more or less. Yeah, okay. If you're watching, by the way, welcome. Very curious to hear where you guys are from, if you're comfortable with sharing. Okay. Just get the import right here. Oh, no, wrong file. I want it here. DevKafe, sweet. All right, that's cool. I think that looks better, sort of. I'd like it to, sort of, that's not quite it. It looks better-ish, I would say. Okay. Oh, what happens if I take this away? Yeah, I think that's better, right? Yeah, I like that better. Specify start relative flex. I think we'll just have one. I think it was like home and explore. Is that what it is? Yeah, I guess. Right? And this, yeah, they both aren't going to go anywhere right now. Get rid of that. Justify center. Why is that? Oh, interesting. Okay. I don't want. What happens if there's no justification? Where did that go? That's weird. Okay, they kind of want it to be in the center then. I don't know. That's fine. That's okay. Okie dokie. That's cool. A lot of stuff in the drop down. So I think we get the current user here, don't we? We do. All right. So this avatar here is going to be user dot photo URL. Let's try that. Read properties of undefined photo URL. What did I have before? Yeah, okay. So basically, this whole thing assumed okay. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna say user oops. Man. We're gonna do this user question mark. Then this. Otherwise, we will do something a little bit different. But you can actually probably clean this up a little bit more. By probably, I mean we definitely can. I don't want this one here. Sign in with GitHub. Is there like, for avatars, what if I just want take this for right now. Make it easy on myself, right? Oh. Saul, welcome to the party. I think it's going well. I mean, social networks, Rome was not built in a day. Social networks also not built in a day. But I think it's going well, I like to believe. Let me just figure out this header thing that I was working on, and then I can sort of explain a little bit more about like what it is and what I'm doing. So give me just like 1 sec. Given that this, is, I think it's fair to assume that that's going to work, but we probably don't want to make that assumption. There we go. That's what I wanted here. And then let's see, what does that look like? Looks better. That it does. Let's also give some life. Signed in as .display name. Okay, that's super cool, I think. Team settings, analytics, system configurations. So we can leave a couple things here. So we'll have sign out or log out. We'll have feedback. We'll have my settings. I think that's probably all that we really want to have right now. Oh, maybe like profile. This can be profile, and then maybe like my recipes or something. Okay, I think that looks decent for right now. That's not bad. And it works, unlike before when it did not work. Unfortunately, I don't understand that language. So I do apologize. But nevertheless, welcome. Glad you were able to join us. Yeah, and these things don't actually go anywhere right now. They don't really have to. So, okay. I think we're in a much better spot right now. And I think it's also more responsive. That's good. We don't have... Did I delete that by accident? I might have deleted the menu by accident. So that's a loss, obviously. Let me see here. Yeah. No, I just didn't take it with. Okay. Control menu. With menu, yeah. I think we do want that one, right? Menu toggle. Menu contact. I think they put this in here now. I think that went in there, right? I think this went in right here. Ah, hello. Nice. Thank you for the translation there. Hello. Welcome. How you doing? Yo. What's up? How's it going? I'm just in the beginning of my coding journey since I started studying in September at the moment. I'm learning HTML, CSS, and JS by this simple music there. Saul, that's awesome. Welcome to your coding journey. It's a fun time. It can definitely seem a bit overwhelming in the beginning, but hopefully it's fun nevertheless, and it does get better. I remember like a really big turning point for me when I felt comfortable being able to just kind of build like whatever was in my mind. Um, and that was like really, really cool. I'm good. I'm good. Yeah, I'm great. How are you? Mm, take this over here. You state, alright. And that doesn't exist. We know that. Cool. Doesn't work. Alright. Oh, that's why it doesn't work. Okay. Alright then. Menu items. Oh. Alright then. So this gets put here. Grab our menu item. And we'll take this over here. Yeah, it's definitely everyone but fun at the same time. So much information to process, but I'll get there. As long as you stick to it, like there's a learning curve, and I think as long as you like stick to it, you like you just have to kind of get over the hump. I remember for me it was like a couple months, and I was in college, and I was basically just learning in my free time because I didn't like that wasn't my major or anything like that. So I was just kind of learning stuff in my free time, and yeah, I think it was like a couple months maybe, and that started to feel like I was really getting the hang of it. And one thing that I don't know like which is a better way to go about it to be honest, but one thing that really helped me was like kind of sticking to one type of development. Um, Now, having said that, something else that also helped me was not sticking to one specific type of development, and the reason for that is I think it. I was interested in a great many things, and I think that kind of jumping around helped to kind of just give me like a lay of the land. The question is, should you jump around to different things and get that lay of the land earlier or later? And I don't know. I kind of feel like maybe later because if you stick to one thing, then I think you'll end up learning stuff a lot faster. And a lot of stuff does translate between things, like let's say mobile versus web development. Stuff does translate. But I remember like I started with, I think, web development, and I was using Django and Python. And also, I didn't know what anything really was. So I was doing like Django and I had done like HTML and CSS a long time ago, so I didn't start with that. But I was doing like web development with Django and Python. And then I thought, well, Django and Python, I ran into like some issues with them, and I thought, well, maybe if I do Node, I won't run into those issues. So I started doing Node, and then I went back to Django, and then back to Node, and then I went to mobile because I wanted to learn how to like build iPhone apps. And then within iPhone apps, I was like, oh, it would be really cool if I could learn how to build like stupid 2D games that people play and like waste time on. So I was like, all right, I'll go do that. And that was completely different from the stuff that I just learned. So I didn't really, I'm sure that stuff translates. Like I know that stuff does, but at the time I didn't know enough about anything to use those skills that I had learned with the mobile stuff on the, like on the, or sorry, use the skills that I had learned with the web stuff, translate it to the mobile stuff. I just didn't understand how any of it worked. So then I did that. And then I was like, oh, well, I want to do AI. So I started learning like AI and data science stuff, and completely different than mobile and web applications. And I kind of just like went in this circle of wanting to do a bunch of different things. And I think had I just stuck with one, I would have gotten a lot better at that thing a lot faster and been able to build a lot more interesting stuff with it. And two, I think I would have ultimately learned the skills that could have helped me more in other things instead of like jumping around so much and being very caught up in like the differences that I didn't focus on the similarities between things that I was trying to learn. So yeah, I don't know. I would say like just as long as you can get over that hump, you'll have a lot of fun. But it will happen. Might take a couple months, but it will happen. So I don't know. Yeah, as long as you're having fun and just like don't give up. You know what I mean? Like don't switch around to things like I did, because I honestly, even though it was a really good experience, I think that it slowed me down at the same time. Did this work? I want to say that it did. It did not. Okay. Did not work. I am indeed from the US. I've never been to Finland, but I've heard like incredible things. And maybe like it's very common to hear people say that they want to go and see the Northern Lights, but I would love to do that. And I think like Finland's really cool. Also, I'm a really big ice hockey fan, and I think you guys have some really great ice hockey players too that have come from Finland. Um, and there's been like quite a few of them that have come from Finland, and yeah, I think it'd be a really cool place to visit one day. It's so beautiful. Like every picture I see of Finland is just stunningly beautiful. So I think it'd be really cool to visit one day. Yeah. But is it like, cuz it's now October, so like here this week October is very warm in my city. It's like I think it's going to be like 80 degrees today. We use it's 76, yeah, it's going to be almost 80 degrees today, and we use Fahrenheit, so I don't know what I don't know what that is to Celsius. To Celsius. So here it's going to be, so that's like 26 degrees Celsius, I think. So I don't know what the weather's like this time of the year for you guys. It's like the fall right now for us, or autumn, I think they say in other countries. We also call it autumn too, but mostly people call it the fall. Um, yes, and the question right now is why isn't this working? Should be, but it is not. All right, what is not the same here? Oh, did I add this? I did. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. This isn't even what I wanted. Features. Yeah, that's not actually what I wanted. That's really annoying. Let's undo this. Okay, let's go back to this. So you can't. Oh, that's so stupid. And that doesn't like that. Oh, oops. My bad. Profile. Recipes. Okay, that's better. Still a problem. Okie dokie. Is profile not? Ah. Okay. Interesting. That's really interesting, actually. So you're saying December or January because winter is the best, or the summer? Because it's interesting because in my city, and actually just like in even like in my area maybe of the US, I would say come in the autumn or the spring, because in the winter in my city, it's like, okay, everything's like, for scale, so it's obviously not going to be as cold as winter in Finland is, but it's like, it's a very cold. It's like in the winter, it's the coldest it will be here, and you're just kind of like, it's miserably cold. Like there's no snow outside. There's just, everything is cold and kind of just gloomy, and there's no skiing in my city, so it's not like you're doing that. It's like, it's just uncomfortably cold, and there's really, you just want to be inside all day. And then in the summer, my city is actually a swamp, or it was a swamp before it was a city, and most people don't know that. So it gets very humid, and obviously, like, adjust for scale, like it's more humid in places like South U.S. or like closer to the equator, of course, but like it's still very humid and very disgusting. And like, you walk outside for 10 minutes and you need to come back and take a shower. Like, you just feel very uncomfortable, and it's like in the 90s Fahrenheit and very humid, and it's very uncomfortable. But now in the fall, it's like 60s and 70s, and the leaves are starting to change color, and it's like very beautiful. Or in the spring, it's like still 60s 70s, but it's a warm 60s 70s, if that makes sense. And it's very it's just everyone's starting to go outside. Like, it's very comfortable to be outside, It's very fun to be outside. Like it's not really too hot or too cold. It's like just perfect temperature that it's very enjoyable. The only problem in the spring and after the fall too are that we get a lot of like allergies. So if you get seasonal allergies, it will be kind of uncomfortable. But 60s, 70s Fahrenheit to Celsius. So we're talking like 15 degrees Celsius all the way up to, let's say, 80, which would be like 26 degrees Celsius. So it's a very comfortable temperature and environment in the fall and the spring here. Okay, I think this is. I'm from a city called Philadelphia. Sometimes they call it the city of brotherly love, although I kind of have to know how people are here to really get the brotherly love. It's people can be a little bit intense here, I would say. All right, I think we're still not working here. Why are we not? Oh, because I didn't do that. I'll just call this display. Cool. Yeah, check it out. It's very nice. Actually, the U.S. was founded in the city of Philadelphia. It's a very, very historic city. So like Boston, New York, and Philadelphia, they all kind of run down the northeast. Boston's the most north. They get the coldest. New York is New York, and then Philadelphia. And Philadelphia is, it's not the oldest city in the U.S. It's pretty old, not the oldest though. But it is where the Declaration of Independence was signed at Independence Hall, which is in Philadelphia. And you can still go and see like all that fun. If you're in the history, you can like go and see that stuff. But yeah, so the founding of the U.S. was in the city of Philadelphia. All right, I think this looks like pretty decent right now. I think it's good. That doesn't go home, so we should probably make that go home. Let's see. I want this to go to. Yeah, it's cool. And likewise, I want to visit Finland in the future. I want to put a link here. And I want this to go to home. That did work. Good. Likewise, I want this to go home. Cool. I think that's good. And we'll come back to this stuff at some other time. I don't know when exactly, but we'll figure that out. The thing I think right now, gotta go now. Hold on, give me 1 sec. Okay. Yeah. Thanks for joining, Saul. Take care. Hope you have a good one. Hey. Sorry, my dogs. I don't know. They must have heard something outside. They think they're guard dogs, but they are not. They're nothing close to being guard dogs. All right. Let's send this in. Let's merge this one in. And then we can go back to the form that we were working on. And then switch to Next.js. Next UI, okay. Push. All right, let's go and check this out. All right, so that'll take care of that, hopefully. I'm going to wait until these things pass. And there should be another one somewhere, right? Yeah. No, there should be a fifth. I think. Right? Yeah, right here. There should be a preview one there. Looks like it didn't show up, but all right. It is there. So we'll wait for that. Then we can get back into the next one. Yeah, let's check that out. I knew that was going to fail, by the way. That's not a problem. That's actually completely okay. Oh, they all passed. Did that one also pass? Oh, okay, good. Yeah, okay. The reason that this is failing is something to do with Neon, which is where the database is. So I'll have to look into that at another point, at another time, but I feel like it's not really that big of a deal right now. So, yeah, okay. Now this should be giving us another build. So we'll just let that go, and we should be good on this one. Let's just make sure real quick. So the next step, I think, is going to be revisiting the create recipe form. And that will then kind of put us in a position where, like, you know, people could, in theory, start signing up and start using it. And then things will kind of start to happen, I think, decently rapidly. Yeah, why not? Decently rapidly. As we kind of start to build out more and more stuff. So, like, you know, we'll clean up certain things and whatnot, but it'll be cool to maybe, you know, get it to a point where people can use it. Technically, it does exist. Like, you can already go and sign up and stuff like that. So if we go to devkafe.com, it is already there. Oh, and perfect. It also, I messed up. Ugh. Okay, what we messed up, to be specific, well, we're going to fix it right now, is we didn't switch over the functionality to actually sign up. So what I mean by that is there's a on click here, and we didn't add that in, and we should have. So let's pull this. Whoops. Check out branch. I just say fix GitHub sign in. And then I think also we'll add like feature flags. Feature flags are pretty sweet if anyone has used those. They're pretty cool. So we'll do on click. Let's refresh this. This should now work in theory, and also this one here should be a sign out button somewhere. Sign out, there you go. So we'll add that one in there too. This doesn't completely work for some reason. What's going on? Oh, okay, hold that thought. Let's do Okay, let's refresh this, and then what we'll do is we'll end up with the ability to sign out, which is great. So we got that. I didn't have to refresh it, but I did anyway. That's totally cool. And we'll be able to sign in with GitHub. This will come up, give us our thing. Because I had already done it, I guess it just kind of knows that I gave it permission already. And now we are signed in, which is great. And let's just go and push that up. And then the next one, I think we'll do feature flags. Git status. Okay, good. Commit, fix, sign in, and sign out. And then let's go to here. Create a new pull request. All right, we'll just let that get squared away, and then we should be good. I think that would be it. Okay. Yep. I knew that was going to happen. That's okay. Knew that we would fail on that one. Oh, okay. We're good to go. Maybe we'll look into that next too, because that's a bit annoying, I think. Okay, let's go check out our deployments. Let's just wait until this is done, and then we're good. I think it would be interesting to check out like hosting on Netlify. I feel like Netlify just kind of seemed more expensive, or like more. I don't know. It seemed like you got a little bit less. I don't know. It was different. But that would be interesting. And also maybe trying to. Like I've used Firebase's app hosting in the past and I actually had a good experience. But then this time when I was trying to set up app hosting for DevKafe, it was giving some like not weird, they were permission errors. But no matter what I did, I followed a bunch of stuff that I saw online and whatever errors it gave me, and I was following everything and I could never get it to work, which was really frustrating because their whole promise is that it is very simple, which it didn't really appear to be that simple for me. So DevKafe doesn't work, is that doesn't feel right, does it? Okay. What? Did I just like... Did I break it somehow? I don't know. What just happened? What? Oh, well, I didn't expect that to happen. All right. And no errors. Really? Deployments. So this deployment worked. Okay. Can't be reached. Well known Vercel toolbar. What? I go to see like errors if they exist, which they don't seem to exist, but on the off chance that they do somewhere, where would I go to see that? Static assets, functions. Does this work? This does work. What? Can I redeploy this? Let me redeploy it. Do not use any existing. Clear cache and force rebuild. Are you talking about locally in Chrome or in Vercel? I just did a rebuild, but if there's a clear cache button, that I'm not sure about. Although when I did do the rebuild, it did ask me if I wanted to use the cache, and I did not check that off. So hopefully that takes care of what you were talking about. But that is weird, isn't it? Wasn't that weird? Like out of nowhere? And all we did was add functions to get called, so it shouldn't have... That shouldn't have been an issue, I would think. Super weird. Hopefully it's just a fluke thing, and not like a real problem, because I don't really have time right now to go and debug that, unfortunately. All right, let's give that a shot. Yeah, that's a weird one. I don't know. Let me go check, like on the off chance that maybe something changed with my like DNS configuration. It did not. So I don't know. I guess it's just something that we could check real quick, you know? Man, that is so weird. Oh, this does it. Oh. I wonder if is Vercel down? Not even the subdomain worked. DNS. Okay, here's what we can do. Let's rule out that it was something that I did. And 13 minutes ago... Pull request 10. What was PR10 again? Switch to Next.js. And then this was working, wasn't it? So let's go revert to PR10 instant rollback. I think that's it. Yeah. Let's go and move back to this one here and see if that works. Because we can rule out that it was something that I did, right? It's really weird. How long does this take? I'm not really sure how long that takes. I've never actually had to roll back before. Okay, let's give that a shot. Looks like it's still not working. All right, so then if that's the case, what I'm gonna do, maybe just give it, no, don't use existing build cache. I'm gonna give it a little bit and check in here and see if this ends up being the case that maybe for whatever reason there was just something weird going on with Vercel. So with that, hopefully that solves that problem, and it was something kind of like weird on Vercel's side because rolling it back didn't seem to fix the problem. But yeah, so that's gonna be it for this stream. I appreciate everyone stopping by, saying hello, hanging out, and I will see everyone if you're interested again on Wednesday. We'll be doing another stream working on the same project, and yeah. Have a great week, and I'll see you guys on Wednesday. Take care. See ya.